Hey friends, it's Hannah. I look a little crazy, but it's okay. I made it here. Hopefully before it starts absolutely pouring rain behind me. I heard the thunder start up a little bit ago, but do this quick because I am flying through books. So if you don't know, I've already surpassed 300 books this year. That does include audio, Kindle, and physical books. So I have some books here that I got for free through giveaways and whatnot, from the publishers and authors that I want to review super quick with you guys. A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. This is a deluxe edition, so we got the sprayed edges. I did not buy this. It was sent to me over a year ago, and I just didn't get to it yet. However, I did end up, after I read this one, I listened to the audiobook of the second one, and I really liked it on audio. This was good. Nothing is really like jumping out in my brain that I absolutely need to tell you about. But if you like fantasy, magic, that kind of stuff, it is really good. And the deluxe version does have author annotations in the back and a bonus chapter. So if you're interested in that, it also has a playlist in the back. I don't know if all of the copies have that or if that's included as part of like the bonus content, but I do. That one was good. Do recommend. Rules for Aging and Larceny, Julia London. This one published by Kensington Books. It came out the end of June of this year. I did take my copy to the beach, and I do think there's some sand in it, but I tried to get it out. This was super hilarious. If you just want like a fun read, this one's really funny. It's about essentially 4 women who go on one last heist, and they're elderly, obviously. But hilarious. Friendship, comedy, crime. This one was really funny. I seriously recommend this one. This one was so good. Absolutely hilarious. The Magical Game, The Spirit and History of Baseball, Superstitions, Rituals, and Curses by Addie Baird. This one also recently was released. It says June 2026. Whatever the first week of June was, that's when this one was released. It took me a while to get through this one. To be honest, I thought it would be really interesting. I'm not really a sports person, but I do, casually enjoy sports. I would go to a baseball game if someone invited me. Do I need season tickets, or do I absolutely have a favorite team or something? No. But I like it. The only thing I don't like about baseball is it's kind of long. But I thought this was going to be really, really interesting. Just like the background history, and especially when you're talking about superstitions, rituals, curses surrounding, baseball. Unfortunately, it reads kind of clinical, textbooky. So if you're super interested in baseball, this might be really interesting to you anyways. If you don't care, then I wouldn't pick it up. I wouldn't recommend this as like a fun read. If you want to learn something about baseball, maybe this one. You can tell it's really been really well researched, but that's why it kind of reads clinical, factual, a little too much, unfortunately. The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy by Brigitte Knightley. Brigitte. This one was released July 7th, 2026, and this is the second book in the series. The first one is called The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. It's a duology, so there's just two. Don't go crazy. Unless something happens, there's only two of these. But I listened to the first one on audio. I got it from the library since I got this one. And I flew through this. It's very entertaining. Again, comedy, romance, magic, fantasy, and that. This one, I will say there is a glossary in the front, which is helpful. Content notes, a map, and then the second one, it says the story thus far. So it kind of recaps for you. I guess if you, it's only, 3 pages. I guess if you had like a break in between reading the two books, maybe that would be helpful. I only had about a week between finishing the first one and starting this one, so I thought it was unnecessary. And it's an interesting enough story that I think that's kind of extraneous anyways. Like, I feel like you would remember if you read the first one once you start into the next one, but it doesn't hurt to have that there. It's not like a negative on the book, but it was pretty good. A Voice Like Mine by Deb Holland. This is a memoir, and it was released, it says June 2026. I want to say it was the first week of June, same as the baseball one, because I think I switched to this one and then I still put this one down too. I was just having such a hard time with books right then. So if you don't know who Deb Holland is, I did not before reading this. She is an Indigenous woman. Here we are. And she is the first Native American woman elected to chair a state political party, and one of the first 2 Native American women elected to Congress. They were elected the same year, just so she's one of 2, but it happened at exactly the same time. So she talks about, her life, how she got to be where she is today, and then also like her roles in government and what she's done in her positions and all that. So it is interesting. I didn't know anything about her prior to reading this. If you like that kind of thing, like political memoirs or memoirs in general, this is good. It's a short read. Let's see. The epilogue, 221 pages. So it is a short read. It took me a little bit just to get into it. I was in a little bit of a reading slump. Like I said, I was trying to read the other book. I started reading this one. I was like, I don't know who this lady is. And then I read something else. I felt better, and then I actually finished both of them back to back. So once I got into it and I kind of understood where the story was going and kind of more about her life, it was interesting to me. Would I just recommend this to anyone? Not really. Especially if you don't care. But it was good. It's not bad at all. It just, I had a hard time getting into it. Human Raised by Dana Suskind? I don't know. Suskind? Anyways, she's a physician. And this is a really good book on, it's the long version of the title includes nurturing connection, curiosity, and lifelong learning in the age of AI. Very interesting. There's some scientific-y stuff in here, but each chapter also has, what are things you need to look out for and be aware of as a parent, teacher, physician, etc. when looking at the use of AI in child rearing these days. So things to look out for and what you can do to kind of try to avoid those things. Obviously, screens are everywhere, So it is difficult to just absolutely avoid AI in total, but whenever possible, choose human interaction. That's the long and short of it. She's written some other books that I actually want to check out because I thought this was really interesting, and what she shared about her personal life was very interesting. So I want to read more of her stuff. I really think that's a good one for educators, soon-to-be parents, or parents of young children, if you can find the time to read. I know sometimes that's the issue with books like this, is it's not that you don't want to get all the information, it's just like you can't, you don't have the bandwidth to do that. I think it's also available on audio, so that's an option as well. Kate Stewart, Drive, this one was released June 30th. This also was just released in June as well, by the way. So this was sent to me by the publisher. It's Kensington Books. This is the first half of a duology. I also have the second book. The second book is twice as big as this one, and it's called Reverse. This one has, it's very musically based. So each chapter has a song at the beginning that you can kind of listen to as you read through. It's romance. The only thing about this that I would change as far as like the formatting maybe is I wish the playlist was at either the beginning or the end, and not just, oh, it is at the end. I wish it was at the beginning. Because as I was like flipping through it, I was like, oh, I wish like this was as easy as like going to the playlist. Like, I don't know if someone has set up like a Spotify playlist for this or anything. I didn't look for it, but so you can just like click when you move on to the next chapter, versus like, oh yeah, I like that song, or oh, I don't know that song, let me look it up. But it is very musically based. If you like music, romance, this is an easy read. I read it pretty quickly. It's a little steamy, a lot going on in here, but very good. I will touch base after I finish the second part, because that's what's most important, not just part of the series. All booked up, Melody Carlson. This is the last one for today. This one was sent to me not too long ago. It is recently out. I want to say it came out in like March. That might not be right. I want to say March though of this year. Just says 2026. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's pretty good. It is classified as Christian romance. You could also just call it clean romance. There are some moments where they mention like praying or things like that, but I wouldn't put this in like a category of like a Christian book. Like, that's not the central stuff going on there. It is definitely a side note, but very cute, clean romance, no funky business going on here. So this one is fair game for preteens if you want to let your preteen or teenager read this, or if you just want something that's not spicy. Some people just don't like that, so sorry. So if something that's like cleaner or closed door is more up your alley, this one's really good. I haven't read anything else by Melody Carlson, to be completely honest, but I really enjoyed this one. It was good. I would recommend it, but don't pick it up expecting it to be spicy at all. Like I said, it is classified as Christian romance, so it's not gonna have any funny business in there. Like, there's not really any swearing, no explicit content whatsoever. I think the most explicit thing in this book is someone smoking pot. So there you go. That's all for today. I might list a couple of these that aren't advanced copies on my Pango books, and then the rest of them will either go just to my library or my library at work so that other people can enjoy them. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.